The Wynford Murder. In the late 19th century, a woman named Minnie Freeman-Lee settled in England with her husband and son. In 1908, they moved to Wynford, a red brick 22-room house on Ray Park Avenue. Mr. and Miss Freeman-Lee lost their son in the First World War, and Mr. Freeman-Lee died not long afterwards.
Nevertheless, the widow clung stubbornly to retain her independence. She refused to move into a smaller home where she would be taken care of. She had little movement left from suffering a stroke and mostly resided in her living room, occasionally leaving her living room to walk to the nearby Thames Hotel for lunch.
On Saturday, 29th May 1948, a maid by the name of Kathleen Cronin showed up to work for Mrs. Freeman-Lee. However, after ringing the doorbell many times, there was no answer. After a half hour of attempting, Kathleen left the Wynford house. On Tuesday, 1st of June, 1948, at 9:30 a.m., the local milkman, George Rome, arrived to place a pint on her doorstep. Upon arrival, he discovered 3 full bottles still on her doorstep, as well as an unread copy of the Evening Standard, which was dated May 31st, 1948.
Concerned about Mrs. Freeman-Lee's well-being, George Rome contacted her neighbour, Thomas Hilsden, to ask if he had seen Mrs. Freeman-Lee recently. He said he had not. Hilsden also tried to ring her doorbell. After getting no response, he phoned the police. At 9:50 a.m., Constable George Ernest Langston arrived at Wynford with Mrs. Freeman-Lee's solicitor, Mr. Kenneth Ruth Thomas. Again, with no response to the doorbell, they went around the back of Wynford and forced entry through a window.
While searching the property, which looked as though it had been ransacked, Kenneth noticed a trunk in the hallway. It was not locked, so he proceeded to undo the fastenings. Once opened, he discovered the body of Minnie Freeman-Lee. Pathologist Dr. Keith Simpson was called in. He had inspected the body and discovered that the death was likely to have been caused by asphyxia. She had been gagged with a towel, beaten around the head, and her hands were tied behind her back. The towel she was gagged with was congested with saliva and mucus, which had prevented her from breathing.
Upon investigation, detectives discovered a crushed jewelry box. The jewelry box was then fingerprinted by Chief Superintendent Frederick Sherrill, finding 2 fingerprints that matched a man by the name of George Russell. Russell was located at a hotel at St. Albans. He was found with a list of items, including a blue silk scarf. The blue silk scarf linked him to the crime, as witnesses claimed that it belonged to Mrs. Freeman-Lee.
His trial was on the 15th and 16th of October 1948, where he was found guilty of murder and sentenced to death by hanging. His own words, as well as the blue silk scarf and fingerprints, may have been the evidence that sealed his fate. He is on record saying the following: "Did I murder this poor aged woman for something she was supposed to have, but had not? No, I did not figure in such a murder."
He was hanged at Oxford Gallows on the 2nd of December, 1948. We travelled over to Ray Park Avenue, where the Wynford house is located.
We wanted to try and communicate with Mrs. Freeman-Lee. We read she could be a bit cantankerous, so we listened for responses matching this description.
The following is what we captured.
Alright, so we've made it to the Wynford house. The Wynford house is over here. You really can't see it now, but we have footage of it from earlier. This is the Wynford house. You can kind of see that these pillars are the same as what we've seen before in the earlier footage.
It's been converted into flats.
It's been converted into flats now, so yeah, that makes sense. It was a 22-room brick house.
Mm-hmm. No one can afford that now.
Yeah. So this makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and start the spirit box sessions now. So the woman's name is Minnie Freeman, and there's various other names that we want to reach out to. So we'll start by asking, is there anybody here with us right now? What's your name?
Did you hear Freeman?
Kind of. There it is. We know that there's been a murder here. If you were part of that murder, or you are the victim, what is your name? Where were you discovered inside the house?
Where did they find your body?
What was the gentleman's name that found you inside of that trunk? Did you hear something?
Living room.
So he found you in the living room. What did they find you in?
She's in the hallway.
There's something that contained your body. What was that? Let's let that plane fly over for a second.
Wait, oh my god.
You could always put this right here.
That would be too loud in the voice.
Yeah.
I kind of like it being honest and like.
Before you died, there were several men that you were in contact with. Could you give us some names? What was the name of the man who killed you? If we're talking to Miss Freeman, what was the name of the man who killed you? Can we ask for any name present at all? Any name? What was your first name?
Can you please tell us your name?
Can you confirm the name of your milkman?
What was his name?
How did you die?
We're interested. It said that a man named George put you in a trunk. Is that true?
What year did you die?
$19. 94.
I heard that.
Can you give us the last number?
Can you give us a year that you died?
Kinda.
Is there anything that you want us to know? Anything at all? Is there a message that you want to pass on to us? Something that we need to know?
A curse. Go back, don't. Should we turn back?
We're trying to communicate with Miss Freeman-Lee. If this is you, let us know what you would like to be heard.
Should we go back again? Maybe she wants us to go to the back of the house.
You want to try that?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, stop it. On the way to the back.
Will you talk to us now? We're at the back of your house, about as close as we can get. Please? We've heard you could be quite cantankerous, but we just want to help.
Do you want us here? Would you like us to leave? Are you sure?
We can leave if you want us to.
What was the name of the man who killed you and placed you in that trunk? Do you know his name?
I'm his wife. What do you want to know? I'm his wife. What else do you want to know?
Who is that? Is it that?
I'm Becky. This is Doug.
Yeah, my name's Doug. I'm not here for anything else but to discover what happened to you and the truth behind the lore. Mrs. Freeman-Lee, what is your first name, please? Give me names of the people who discovered your body. The names of the people who discovered your body. What was the name of the house that we're standing at right now? Your house.
I heard Wynford.
Did you hear Wynford?
I did. What happened to the man that killed you? Do you know? Did he deserve it? He did. I agree. Do you want to have a chat at the Thames Hotel we used to have lunch? We can wait here. You're here always. Will you come down to the hotel with us? We'll walk with you down to the hotel. Is that okay?
Let's go. This used to be the sidewalk that you walked down. Do you remember this?
Let's go slower.
Slow. We read that you used to come to the Thames Hotel. What for?
The light? Can you see the light? Do you want us to turn it off?
Do you remember this place? If you do, what's the name of this place? Where are we? Does this look familiar to you? George, if you're here, were you guilty of this crime? What were the names of the people who were involved in the discovery of this crime?
Please, can you tell us?
I just seen something. Oh, I think it was a reflection of that light in front of your face, but it happened twice. Happened twice. It just happened again. It must be your glasses.
It's gotta be.
So we're going to start walking back now to the Wynford house. We've done a round of questions here at the hotel, the Thames Hotel. Mrs. Freeman-Lee, if you're with us, we are walking the path you used to walk home. Do you recall this? Does this look familiar to you?
This is a ticket.
Sounds like it, doesn't it? We're out front of your house now. How do you feel about people living in your house now?
Are you happy for us to come and visit you again at the hotel later on?
Would you like to have lunch with us? Is there anything you want us to know before we wrap this up? Please let us know now.
Leave, take off.
I thought I heard that too. Sounds like you're trying to tell us something. If there's anything you want us to know, please tell us now. You're getting really active all of a sudden. Try your best to communicate with us.
Is there someone trying to prevent you from talking to us?
Where did they find you? They discovered your body inside of something. What was that something?
You see that?
Oh, what was it?
That is a post or something.
Did you see something?
There's like a little person or something standing still to the left.
Oh, far down there?
Yeah.
Way down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been noticing that. I don't know what the hell it is. It might be a person, I don't know. Before we leave, is there anything you want to tell us? We're here to discover what happened, and we're here to help you, not to harm you. Thought I heard you.
Where are we hiding from?
I'm going to give you one more time to let us know. Is there anything you want us to know, or the public to know, about your death? Mrs. Freeman-Lee.
Say goodbye.
Well, we're going to say goodbye to you now. If you'd like us to come back, we'd be happy to. Let us know. Would you like us to come back one day?
Come back.
Come back if you hear it?
Yeah. We will. We're going to come back to the Thames and stay there the night.
Would you come visit us when we stay at the Thames Hotel? Have lunch with us? We would like to invite you to come have lunch with us at the Thames. Would you like that?
You want us to? We will. We'll come back. But for now, we're going to say goodbye. And we'll talk to you again soon.
We'll talk to you soon, Miss Freeman-Lee. Have a good night. Did you hear that?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye. Wow.
Oh. It said hold on and I stopped it.
Did you stop? Oh, no, stop. You didn't stop.
It said hold on, so I started it again.
We'll start it again. You got something else to say real quick before we leave?
Stop. Go back. I do.
We have to go, but we'll be back, okay?
We promise we'll be back. We will hurry up. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.